Ready, action! Oh, wait, let me try this again. Okay, ready, take one. Ready, action! Oh, no, sorry, I needed to do this again. Okay, here we go. Take two. Ready, action! Okay, hey sprinters, it is action time, go time. We are starting week 4, can you believe it? It is the power of the go, power of ignition, and we are just finally feeling like we can start to take action, right? But when we're taking action, we want to make sure that we're taking the right kind of action, that we're not just running in place or running all over the place, but we're running straight toward our #1 goal. And that's why it's taken as long as it has to get to the point for the power of ignition. You know, it was funny when we're in the quick start module still, and someone said, you know, that seems kind of weird to have 4 weeks going into this quick start module. It doesn't seem like a very quick start. And I said, yeah, you know, but that is intentional, because to truly get the most power of your start, it takes this long, because we've been talking about the power of intention, the power of integration, and then attention in order to get to the ignition piece. So it's action time, and that's what we're focused on. Now, what's kind of cool about action, I was playing around with this word and noticed the word action, act on, and in the middle of it is the word I, because it is I and you, I's, that need to take action to make things happen, right? As much as we want other people to do the work for us, at times we are the ones who need to take that initiative. I. But I also have the I here for inspired action, because that's what is totally key, is inspired action. And when we think about inspired action, it's not just, again, running in place, but really getting nowhere or all over the place and yet not going in the right direction. Inspired action is receiving that divine guidance, receiving really kind of our marching orders, our training plan on how to move forward. So it isn't always taking action when you think is best or at the best time, but when you have the inspiration to move forward. And so that's really what I've done with this entire program, and it's been my strategy along the way, is to take inspired action. I'll give you a few examples. Now, Tony Robbins, this is really kind of the third S of his breakthrough strategy. We talked about in the earlier modules about the importance of our story and our state. The third S is strategy, and really strategy is action. And this is our strategy, is taking action. And he said, you know what? He's probably the best strategist, one of them in the world. In fact, he studies the best strategists out there to find out what exactly do they do, and then you just follow that recipe to a T. So he has a book called Money Master the Game, where he interviewed 50 of the world's wealthiest people to find out what is their money strategy, and to create it in a way that the average person can understand. And so he said it's not necessarily that he's the one who knows the strategy, but he knows how to duplicate or replicate the strategy, and that's what we have to do. So really here, when we're thinking about our #1 goal, is what is your strategy, and then to go for it. And because I believe that when we have an inspired strategy, and then we can take inspired action, we can be much more effective and efficient when doing so. And that's what I've had to do for these videos and training lessons that you've been watching, as I've had ideas along the way, but I've really waited for inspired action to know exactly when I should do those, how I should do those. It literally wasn't about 15 minutes before that I totally thought of this idea with action, and we have one of these because we have a kind of a basement theater theme in our with our TV and everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, how perfect would that be? And so I just really kind of let that inspired action take place, and then the action that you do is easier for you to take, more fun and more effective for others. So let's look at our 1, 2, 3, choose what's best for me approach. Number 1 is to make your inspired action strategy. Now take whatever way you might want to do this. You know, I love to do mind mapping, and so that's typically the first step that I'll do whenever I'm trying to figure out my strategy for moving forward on something, is I'll just dump and mind map different ideas. So, well, why don't I just show you? So here's really my mind map for this phase around ignition and the initial ideas of what are some things that I might talk about. So I have a link for you around mind mapping if that's a strategy that can help you. But just brainstorm, just start to create a strategy, okay? Then take a break, let it germinate. And your 2, good for you, could be do some research. So if your strategy, your number 1 goal, say, is to lose weight and become healthy, well then research some strategies that work best. But just like Tony Robbins said, if we go for the strategy first, we are not going to be successful if we don't remember the story and the state that we've been doing, the mental part of it. All right, so research some strategies around what other people are doing and around your number 1 goal. And then your 3 is key, is now, after you've had some time, refine your strategy based on the guidance that you receive. So I like to do inspirational things, read inspirational, get into that inspirational state. And I know the story that I want to share so that I can receive the inspired action. And then from there, I do my strategy. And what's so fun is when you're in that state, it's like your strategy will keep evolving. For this course and how I've been delivering it, it has evolved as I've gone, just because I've been really clear to the action that I need to take, but also wanting to make sure that it is inspired action. Because I don't know about you sprinters, I only have so much time and energy, and I don't want to keep taking more and more action shots. I want to be able to take the right one and move forward with it. So enjoy, from my heart to yours. Be love. And that, my friends, is a wrap.